South Korea has a massive goal to become one of the top AI superpowers on the planet. And to do it, they've tapped an industry titan to lead the charge. His name is Bae Kyung-hoon, and we're going to break down his entire story.
And when I say massive, I mean it. The government isn't just dipping its toes in the water here. They are diving in headfirst. This isn't just some policy paper. They framed the race for AI dominance as a matter of national survival.
So to make this happen, they did something pretty unusual. They didn't pick a lifelong politician. Instead, they reached right into the private sector and pulled out Bae Kyung-hoon, a top AI expert from the corporate giant LG, to be their new Minister of Science and ICT. Yeah, Information and Communications Technology.
Okay, so here's how we're going to unpack this. We'll look at the man himself, get into his core philosophy on AI, see the political firefight he had to walk through, and then check out his actual plan to put South Korea on the map.
So first up, who is this guy, Bae Kyung-hoon? Well, his reputation isn't just hype. It's built on a long, distinguished career right in the trenches of Korea's biggest tech companies. You can see his whole journey here. He's got deep academic roots. We're talking bachelor's, master's, and a PhD, all from Kwangwon University. Then he hops into the big leagues, Samsung, SK Telecom, and then LG. It really feels like his entire career has been building up to this one moment. And his real masterpiece at LG was a project called EXO-1. Now, this wasn't just some side project. We're talking about a massive 300 billion parameter AI that's bilingual in Korean and English. Building this is what really cemented his reputation as one of the top AI minds in the entire country. Okay, so he can build a powerful AI, but what does he actually believe? Well, his whole philosophy isn't just about making the biggest AI. It's about building an AI that we can actually trust. He is zeroed in on solving one of AI's biggest, most dangerous flaws, what we call hallucinations. You've probably seen this. It's when an AI just confidently makes stuff up. It might create a fake image of a president being arrested, or just spit out wrong information and present it as fact. It's a huge problem. And this slide right here, this is the core of his entire strategy. See, instead of chasing this dream of one giant do-everything AI, he's taking a totally different path. He's all about building smaller, specialized, expert AIs, models that are absolute masters of one specific field, like medicine or law. He thinks that is the real key. So how does he build that trust? Well, he's got this 4-step method. You focus on one area, you feed the AI only trusted knowledge, think patents and scientific papers. But here's the kicker, step 4. You force the AI to provide the exact source and evidence for every single answer it gives. That right there, he believes, is the secret sauce to making AI reliable enough for huge decisions.
But, moving from a corporate boardroom into a government cabinet, that's a whole different world. And it comes with a brand new set of challenges, as he found out during his very tense confirmation hearing.
And the gloves came off almost immediately. Lawmakers started grilling him about his time at a failed startup way back at the beginning of his career. They really dug in, questioning his judgment because of a financial scandal that he wasn't even directly part of. So how did he respond? Well, he basically drew a line in the sand. He told them, look, I was a junior researcher. My job was the technology, not the money. I had nothing to do with management, and I fought to save that company until the very last day. And it wasn't just about his past. A really fascinating policy debate broke out over this idea of a sovereign AI. You had the president's own AI chief arguing for a completely government-led, Korea-only AI model. But Bae pushed back, saying, hey, to compete globally, the base models can be global, but our real edge will come from specializing them for our own industries.
Then they hit him with another tough one, a really controversial issue in South Korea, the mandatory 52-hour work week. They basically asked him, this is a 24/7 global race. Are you going to bend the rules for AI researchers so we can win? Talk about a political tightrope. Okay, so he survived the political gauntlet. He got confirmed. So now what? How is he actually going to turn this vision of his into reality? Well, now that he's in office, Minister Bae is not wasting any time.
One of his very first goals is a massive investment in the nuts and bolts of AI. He wants to get his hands on 35,000 high-performance GPUs. These things are the digital pickaxes and shovels of the AI gold rush. Securing this many is a huge national project. And here is where you see his whole strategy play out perfectly. For his very first official visit as minister, where did he go? not a tech company. He went to the Seoul BioHub, and right there, he announced a national strategy for AI bio, a plan to use his specialized AI models to totally revolutionize medicine and slash the time it takes to develop new drugs.
All of this brings us right back to this central question, the big one hanging over South Korea's incredible AI ambition. So let's just pull this all together. What should you take away? Well, you've got a nation with a super ambitious goal. You've got a new leader who's a true industry expert with a very specific game plan. But as we've seen, he has to navigate a minefield of politics, policy debates, and absolutely brutal global competition to make any of it happen. So Bae Kyung-hoon, the architect, he has a clear blueprint for what he wants to build. But now he's up against the messy reality of politics, budgets, and a global tech race that never, ever stops. So the real question is, can he and South Korea actually build their AI future before the rest of the world leaves them in the dust?